Good morning, traders. Welcome to StockCast. My name is Todd Derby, along with business partner co-host James Mason. Good morning, James. How are you doing today?
Todd, good morning. I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing well. It's National Pi Day. 3.1459265, something like that.
National Putang Pie Day.
We busy week this week. We have a National Pi Day today.
You don't want to comment on that, Todd?
Nope. Nope. Gonna move right on by that comment. Didn't even hear it. Wednesday is the FOMC meetings announcement, so we're expecting to get a Fed rate hike, and then Thursday is St. Patrick's Day. Then Friday will be hungover from celebrating St. Patrick's Day for all those Irish people out there.
Man, I'll be honest. Irish people ain't as drunk as what they try to claim they are. Like, listen, I got a story about this shit for real.
All right, let's hear it.
This was back in, I'd say, golly, let me think at what point in my life I was at. Probably about 2014, maybe.
Okay, so 8 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I guess the year is relevant only for me, not for the story. Anyways, this area I was living in, they had like a very popular Irish bar. And I decided, hey, it'd be cool to go in there for St. Patty's Day. And then I'm just going to, buy the entire bar around.
Uh-oh.
I couldn't give away damn drinks in that place. For real.
Did you call them out and get yelled at or get in a fight or get chastised or get teased or anything?
Oh, I wasn't worried about getting called out or teased. I mean, any Irishman that won't take a free drink, he ain't going to do nothing. I'm just saying, man. Like, I went in there, literally, I told the bartender, I said, I'll pay for everybody's tab. And he was like, everybody's? I said, everybody's tab. I yelled down the bar. I said, hey, it's on the house. I got it. And everybody's like, what? Man, they acted like I was making their drinks and like sticking my finger in or something. Nobody, not a single damn person in there would take the free alcohol.
So all three people in the bar were disappointed that you offered them a drink?
3 people. And there's like 150.
What did you close a POAI deal or APOP deal, or what made you so generous that day?
Because I could. I mean, it's
on your bucket list. Something you always want to do, like, everybody run around. It's on me.
Like when I was in Antarctica, it actually wasn't long after I got back from Antarctica. And I probably just like missed it because we go into the bar down there and we throw down money on the bar and just buy everybody drinks. So yeah, I was surprised. Like I couldn't believe there's about 150 people in that bar. Not a single person took the free drink. They kept buying for their own drinks, even after being told, hey, this guy is going to pay for it. And it was like, everybody acted weird. Like, I don't know. This is suspicious. So I just paid for mine and Maggie's drinks that night. And I left. And I told Maggie, I said, this shit is lame. We're leaving.
James is calling out the Irish people. There you go.
I am.
I'm
Irish in me, so I can. so yeah, St. Patty's Day, man. It ain't. Man, forget that holiday. It ain't even a real holiday. Irish people don't deserve it.
Well, it's actually, I don't know the full history because I'm not Irish, but it's a relatively new drinking holiday. It's only been around for 60, 70 years where it was a drinking day. It was actually a religious holiday for the Irish people. And I don't know all the details of it, but it's old dog Irish get a little offended by how it's become a popular drinking day and green necklaces and green hats. And
well, it's just an economic holiday, just like Valentine's Day. I mean, that's it. In the United States, it's an economic holiday. I mean, it's just to get money turning in the economy. All right, so let's get to it.
All right.
What are we, Double Mint Twins?
Double Mint Twins. All right. Hey, just like before the last week or so, let's talk about what we've talked about almost every day.
Russia and spy.
Yeah, there's nothing going on in the small cap world. There's a couple couple that made a run this morning, but nothing that's real popular. We have one that we put out as an alert that to our paid membership, but it's a slow day again.
Yeah. All right. So Dow futures are currently at 222 points in the green. S&P 500 is at 16.75 of points. Oil's down about 4.5 points, but I mean, heck, it's shot up so much. Like, do you guys remember when I went short on oil probably about 6 weeks ago? And I mean,
yeah,
it was a nice short trade. It's pretty much doubled since then. That's crazy.
You were around $60, I think, at that time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now it hit 125 last week.
Yeah. So, I mean, besides all that, let's go and, you know what? Actually, I want to acknowledge Brian Latchford's call out on Friday. So, all right. Brian Latchford brought up MGLD, and we took a quick look at it. I can't remember the entry price I said. It was somewhere, I don't know, down in here. Hold on. Charts. I think I said 396, 397 actually. The break above 397. So it obviously broke above 397. And by the time we looked at it, I mean, all this, like this crap hadn't happened yet. But I think it was like down in here somewhere. Yeah, it was down here. But man, Brian laid into this thing, and let's just say that Brian will be the one on St. Patty's Day this year buying us all around to drink.
Nice.
Yeah. So I don't drink anymore, but Brian can just give me the money. Just kidding. I'm just messing with you. All right. So Brian Latchford, good job bringing this one up. This thing, for anybody who capitalized on it, I didn't trade it. Anybody who jumped in on that, man, that was a solid quick trade. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything better than just getting into it, waiting for that break above 397. So right there, I'll draw a line. So that break above 397 right there, and then my target was 599. So that thing shot up way past it within the first 15 minutes, and he called it a day. Raked in the money. All right,
Brian, was that a quick trade for you? Were you in and out, or are you still holding some shares?
All right. So S&P 500, ticker SPY. So we obviously know. I mean, we trade this thing every day, look at it every day because it's so significant. I mean, we have no choice but to pay attention. The Fed is trying to hold it up while President Putin from Russia is trying to pull it down. And we're to the point now where Putin, I don't think he gives a shit about his country or anything. I mean, he claims to, but I mean, man, he's put Russia right in the gutter.
Oh, I agree. I don't think he's
sad.
Yeah, I don't think he's worried about the macro picture at all. I think he's worried about his legacy and what he looks like, and I don't think he can get past the mess he's in.
I'll tell you what his legacy will be: either hit by a drone attack, or his own people will revolt, capture him, and hang him in the middle of Moscow. He'll be executed or killed one. He's destroyed his entire freaking nation economically. I mean, especially the world standing of Russia. I mean, let's be honest, Russia really didn't have a good world standing to begin with. But anything that he actually, let's be real. Since the downfall of the Soviet Union, Putin has done so much for Russia, has brought it back, turned Russia, back into the powerhouse that it once was. And I mean, he really capitalized on oil and gas within this country. But now, good Lord, Russia is just, man, I feel for those people. I honestly would not want to be a Russian citizen right now. I mean, dark times for them. But
And it's going to take them a while to dig out of this hole. I mean, for as quick as they went into it, it's going to be 10 times that, 20 times that to get out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Out of this hole.
10 plus years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so bad. So, anyways, it is what it is. Hell, we might as well capitalize on it and make money. I mean,
okay.
No sense of letting. What did Hillary Clinton say back in the day? Never let a good tragedy go to waste. Well, here we are, guys. Somebody's gonna die for these put contracts. All right. So here we are with the SPY. I'm currently waiting for the SPY to break below this range right here, below 415.12. Now, I mean, we're still 6 points from it. But the reason why I'm waiting for it to break below that range right there is just so we can see that confirmation. And I say I put it in quotes like that because, I mean, y'all have seen me trade SPY over the last 2 months with the Fed trying to pump it and keep it up. And every time there's been confirmation, literally with the SPY breaking down, and then we have the 10-year yield rates going up at the same time because it's the inverse of the market. The Fed would come out of nowhere and do a V-shaped recovery intraday and smoke me. So waiting for it to break that range. I ain't trying to trade anything within this little channel right here. I just don't want to get chopped around. Now, if it, let's see, this is where it's going to get a little tricky. Like, I just don't think the setup is going to be clean and happen in the live market. I think whenever this moves and actually breaks below that low, it's probably going to happen after hours in the middle of the night, where we won't even stand a shot of getting in it. And that's going to suck because it's really going to throw everything out of whack for my trading plan. And it's going to push up those premiums a lot more than what they already are. So right now, with it being sitting at around almost 422, if it was to go down 7 points today, that's such a significant move down to the trigger price that I would have a hard time committing to it and taking it. Now, obviously, I know that's my trigger price, but we do have to have a little common sense when we approach this stuff. So that trigger price below 415, for obvious reasons, I chose it because it's breaking that low right there. I mean, yeah, I see this shit, but like, that's the important one, in my opinion. So we break below that. And I mean, back before all the Fed pumping and everything, normally this thing would just unload and just go ham, shooting downward. But if it was to move like 7 points a day, it would be so hard for me to enter that short position because it's such a drastic move intraday. And the last thing that I want to do is for it to move that much, take put contracts there, and literally that be the bottom, and it bounces and goes right up and makes those contracts worthless. So I want to see this thing creep down and not trigger today, but I want to see it creep down and trigger tomorrow. That's the plan.
During live hours.
Yeah. That's the plan for the entire freaking market, and it needs to happen like that. I would be happy. Not that the market cares about my feelings, but just saying. All right.
It's interesting you talk about how when it will trigger, and a lot of it has to do with the options. I'm reading and starting to recognize or see more and more how the market will negotiate themselves around option contracts. So things are running after hours or run pre-market or drop with your option trade. So or if there's a large amount of options going to expire, how they'll pin a price or hold a price and then let those options expire worthless, and then boom, minutes later in the after hours it'll run or something like that. So your theory may be very sound, especially if there's a lot of options on SPY, which there probably will be.
Yeah. And I've mentioned this before, in case y'all didn't know this. Lunic, thank you for that. I appreciate y'all caring about my feelings. If y'all didn't know this already, like if you look at the volume, like on TD Ameritrade, for instance, whether it's for shares, equities, whatever, or options, did you guys know that's only for retail? Todd, you already knew this. Did you hear me, Todd?
Yeah, it's the volumes on TD Ameritrade is only for retail traders.
Yeah. Not sure if everybody else knew that. A lot of y'all, I've mentioned this before. So, when talking about like volume, what you were just saying, Todd, about like options and whatnot, when talking about volume, man, it's, when you really step back at it and look at this and be like, man, that's, this SPY contracts do have a lot of volume on it. But then knowing that, and I know this because I got some data from CBOE and they started showing me like different things. And I was like, no, this is not correct. And I kept trying to cross check it on everything else and it would not line up. So then I got them on the phone, talked to the right people, and that's how I figured it out. They told me.
Which is a horrible way. It's like playing a card game, playing poker, but you only get to look at one of your hole cards and you don't know what your other hole card is.
Yeah.
Like you can be successful, but it would be nice to know what your second hole card is because it might help you be more successful.
Yeah. So pretty much all of the trades that the institutions are taking, the majority of it is not even accounted for on the volume. And that makes it tough, because if we see a lot of spot puts, well, that could just be retail traders.
So on my trading platform, and I think it's on TD Ameritrade also, at 8 a.m., you will see a slew of trades go through, and they're all over the place. They could be like $30, $40 off from the price. And those are trades that have taken place sometime, and they're just getting them posted somehow. And but the current price won't move. I think there's a lot of institutional ownership trades that are just they are posting them or pegging them into the system somehow.
I mean, probably so. I mean, who knows? Like, we're honestly, they hustle us all the time, and there's just nothing we can do about it. I mean,
we are the target for the money they want to steal from us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And really, what's sad about all this is it's pretty well known that 90% of retail traders will fail. But what sucks about this is the fact that retail traders could sit there and do everything possible to learn, whether it be fundamentals, technical analysis, whatever. They could sit there and learn how to properly trade, and they still lose. And they sit there and they constantly scratch their head wondering, where did I go wrong? And if you look back on this, and this is not to like justify anybody's horrible trades, because a lot of people are just out there making horrible ass trades. But if in a sense, you almost didn't stand a chance, It's like, I don't know. It's like, never mind. I'm not going to tell this joke. That would have been too horrible. It would have been a good one. Todd, I'll tell you later.
All right.
Just remind me after the show. That one might have got the cancel culture brought in. And it wasn't about no LGBT or transgender. It was something else.
All right, we're less than 8 minutes to the start of the market.
So let's see, Michael. Can we talk about BNKD and what would make it run in the near future? So BNKD is going to be influenced by the biggest banks, and really, it should be just like rocketing up. But with the Fed coming in and pumping money into everything, saving everything, that's what's keeping it stagnant in this little range. So really, we just need the market to just let loose. And I don't even know anymore at what point the Fed is going to let up and stop trying to save the market. I mean, are we going to have a damn nuclear war for them to stop buying? I mean, it wouldn't matter. I mean, just so y'all know, if there is a nuclear war, we don't offer refunds for the TTBB data. Don't even think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can only laugh at it. There's nothing you can do about it. But really, though, like, what's going to stop the Fed from saving the market with everything that's going on? Like, this is such a hot situation, and it's 100% controlling the market right now. Like, the market is in full control of the Russian-Ukraine macro event / oil / bunch of other shit. And nothing is trading off of technicals anymore, for the most part, at least. I'm just generally speaking right here. So, Michael, kind of go back to your question. Man, if the Fed would stop pumping the market, those banks would take significant losses. And they should be getting crushed along with the market, which theoretically should push up BNKD. So really, we're just going to have to stand by on it and wait for the Fed to stop with their stuff. So that's what I see there. Let's take a quick look at the VIX. This is to measure volatility. Let's look at it on the daily chart. So we can see this pullback right here. We're red on the MACD. Hold on a second. All right. So see this pullback right here. We're red on the MACD. And man, right here is the tricky little part. Like it goes hand in hand with the spot, what I was saying earlier. And Todd, watch one time for me, okay?
Yep, I got you. 5 minutes.
All right. So, how I just said a moment ago about the SPY and it being in that little tricky zone of creeping down to 410, the VIX is going to be the same way. To really, if you want to, there's no way to play the VIX in a safe way. But in my opinion, for myself at least, if I was going to, instead of like trying to watch all this crap in between right here, I'd probably just go off the high right here, which would be right around 38.89. When I say the high, the most recent high right there. It's actually 38.94, but whatever. So if it shoots up to 38.89, well, the spot's probably more than likely going to be way below 415 by then. But if we're going to be a little bit more radical here, and this is probably honestly where I'm actually going to play it and watch these numbers. That break above 32.26. If we actually bounce here and break above 32.26, I think we're going to start pulling down in the market pretty well, which would probably be around that 415 range. And then, hopefully for those who have the put contracts on whatever it is that you're trading, that it actually does push up through here and breaks above that 38.89. Now, if we break above that 38.89, good Lord, son. We start to get that momentum. We can see this pink little line right here. That's the 86 EMA. Trivia question for y'all. Who invented the 86 EMA? Drop it in the comments. It wasn't Todd. I didn't. Well, I added the numbers together. So you know what? I'll chalk it up as an invention.
You have 2.5 minutes.
Okay, I'm sorry. But anyways,
you talking about yourself.
Once we break above this range right here, good Lord, man, guys, it could get so bad. We break above this range right here, especially getting that momentum above 38, which will probably excel pretty quickly past 45 right here. And Jesus, it's going to let loose. The freaking market is going to go ham, and it's going to let loose. And if it doesn't rival the whole pandemic, I'd be surprised. I actually wouldn't be surprised if it don't beat it, to be honest with y'all. I am actually betting that it tests the Great Recession back here in 08 at its high.
Right Less than 2 minutes.
All right. Right around, right around 95. So that's what I'm actually expecting.
But VIX needs to go when the market goes, and it trades in conjunction with that, or it trends with that. It's not going to do it on its own. I mean, SPY's not going to go up and VIX is going to go up at the same time. It's going to be when we have a breakdown and the market goes.
Yeah. So, Jason, really quick, if nuclear war breaks out, will we still get our NFTs?
Eventually.
You know what, Todd? We should probably take a pre-order right now for them, just in case.
You're about 1 minute away.
All right, guys. So, yeah, I'm just watching the overall market right now. I mean, it does seem like the small cap world, we're starting to get a little bit of money in there, especially the bio stocks. The bio stocks are actually, I've seen a couple, they're starting to get some attention. There's some petty news coming out, but at least it's news. So they're starting to get some attention. I'm looking forward to that. Small cap bio stocks are my favorite. I feel like they're the easiest to make money with, except, well, you all know. But anyways, yeah, that's all I'm watching today. Hopefully we can get something good going on this week. And other than that, Todd, do you have anything else?
No, have a good pie day.
All right, everybody. So trade safe, trade smart, and we will catch y'all in the next one.